if you can get yourself into a state of relaxation amidst all emotional turmoil, not running away from it, but allowing it and accepting whatever is happening, accepting all that pain, accepting the suffering, accepting and allowing it to run its course in you without imprinting on you past its expiry date. What does that mean? When we hold on to something and we feel victimized by something, we feel that I was a victim of something, right? Yes, we might have been, and then we integrate it, but we don't identify with it. When we start to identify with the result of what may have happened that seemed like it was out of our control, and therefore we have then inherited that consequence of that action as our identity, then we're asking for trouble, because what happens is that your sense of self is still in that sense of self that is coping with what happened. And as long as that happens, the storage space in yourself is, you're always running out of storage space. When you're running out of storage space, you're likely to feel more overwhelmed, right? You're likely to feel more rigidity. And when we have this, it prolongs even the most advanced spiritual awakeners. We need to find a way that says, hang on, I am behaving, or I have taken upon myself this label or this identity of I am what happened to me, right? I am a victim, I'm a trauma survivor, I am whatever else it is that has happened, which you are now relating to as being the definition of who you are. The minute you decide that who you are is not the consequence of what has happened, right? Then things start to shift. Yes, it might take a while, or for some of you, it may not. It might take a while for you to rewire your system and say, wow, is this how it feels to be free of all of that experience? Is this how it feels, where I can now etch out my heart's desire? I can etch out how I want my life to proceed henceforth. So many of us are stuck in certain thought patterns, but most of us, the biggest trouble is when we are in an illusion. And that's why they call it Maya. That's why they call it a veil of illusion. When we haven't even realized that the way that we have been living our life so far comes from a sense of self that was fragmented, comes from a sense of self that says, I am less than, right? And this is where so many of you get stuck in, how do I manifest? And that you know that you are what you are attracting. You are what you are experiencing in life. And yet so many of us will disagree with that. But if you break it all down, right, you will see that you are beyond the consequence of anything that has already happened. So it's time to put the past finally to bed, right? It doesn't mean that you escape from it. It doesn't mean that you now look for a way of raising your vibration or jumping onto this higher frequency and saying, oh, I'm going to take to spirituality, or I'm going to walk this path now, right? Because you're looking for an answer to your troubles. And you may not even know that you're looking for an answer, or that you're looking for some sort of way of escaping all of these inner demons that we carry inside of us, right? So if you make a conscious decision right now, I am not the result of what has passed. Yeah. And then you slowly stop identifying with it. And then you slowly start to deconstruct your entire sense of self to allow you fluidity, flexibility, and an openness that will allow you to live in the essence of joy. Lots of love as always. Thank you for staying tuned in.